My grandmother, Coco, was a universe unto herself. She was the heart of our family, the keeper of stories, and the gentle force that held us together. She didn't have history books, but she carried our family's story in her eyes and her voice. Every wrinkle on her face seemed to hold a memory, every glance a lesson. I remember sitting with her in Soweto, under the warm South African sun, listening to stories of survival and quiet strength. The world around us would fade away as her words painted vivid pictures of the past. She'd point to a dusty road and say, "Your great-grandfather walked this path every day for 40 years, to a job that paid him almost nothing, but he walked with his head held high." Her voice would fill with pride and sorrow all at once, reminding me of the weight of those footsteps. That road became sacred ground, a lesson in dignity. It was more than just a path, it was a symbol of perseverance, of hope carried forward despite hardship. She taught me that our history isn't locked away in museums. It lives in the soil, the air, and the love we share. Every embrace, every shared meal, every tradition was a thread in the tapestry of our family. Her stories were my first history lessons, filled with names and faces I'd never meet, but came to know through her. Through her words, ancestors became real, living in the stories she told by the fireside. I learned I wasn't just Trevor, a boy in a complicated world. I was a continuation of a long line of people who loved, fought, and endured. Their dreams and struggles shaped the person I was becoming. Ancestry, she showed me, isn't about claiming a glorious past, but understanding the journey that led to you. It's about honoring the footsteps that came before and recognizing the sacrifices made for your tomorrow. It's about the sacrifices, the wisdom, and the love passed down like a precious heirloom. Each story, each lesson was a gift, something to be cherished and protected. My story didn't start with my birth. It started in the hearts of those who came before me. Their laughter, their tears, their hopes, they all live on in me. Her memories became my foundation, a quiet strength I could always lean on. In her eyes, I found not just the past, but the courage to face the future. Growing up mixed-race in apartheid South Africa, I was always aware of the lines drawn between people, lines I was never meant to cross, yet somehow always straddled. I never fit into any box. I was too light for some, too dark for others, and always felt like I was standing on the outside looking in, searching for a place to belong. The world wanted to label me, to decide for me who I was, as if identity could be reduced to a single word or category. But my family's stories became my map. Around the dinner table, in the laughter and the memories, I found clues to who I was meant to be. Learning about my Xhosa heritage wasn't just about facts. It was finding a home for my wandering soul. Each story, each tradition, was a thread weaving me into something bigger. I saw my mother's humor and faith reflected in her ancestors' stories. Her laughter echoed the resilience of those who came before us, and her strength became my own. Resilience wasn't just personal, it was a cultural inheritance honed over generations. It was a quiet power, passed down like a family heirloom. Knowing this didn't change my appearance, but it changed how I saw myself. I started to see strength where I once saw difference, and pride where I once felt shame. I became a meeting point of different histories, not a collection of contradictions. My identity was richer, layered, and full of possibility. Understanding where you come from anchors you in a noisy world. It gives you a sense of direction, a compass when everything feels overwhelming. When you know your history, you have a quiet voice inside. This is who I am. This is my legacy. That voice becomes your guide, steady and sure. It's the difference between being a leaf in the wind and a tree with deep roots. Roots that hold you steady, no matter how hard the wind blows. For me, embracing all parts of my heritage meant I didn't have to choose. I could be both Swiss and Xhosa. I could honor every part of my story. My identity became a bridge, not a battleground. It connected worlds rather than dividing them, and gave me a place to stand tall. Learning about your ancestry is an act of self-love. Every part of your story matters. It's a way of saying, I am enough, just as I am. It's the ultimate act of putting your own puzzle together, piece by piece, until you see the beautiful, complete picture of who you truly are. In African cultures, elders are living libraries, walking archives of wisdom. Their wrinkles are pages of stories and truths you can't Google. Time with them isn't a chore, it's an education. They bridge the gap between ancestors and the future. I learned most by simply being present, watching my grandmother's actions, her kindness, her prayers. The greatest lessons aren't always spoken, they're lived. Elders teach forgiveness, community, and resilience through their stories and actions. Their language carries centuries of meaning, each proverb a world of wisdom. Losing touch with elders means losing the soul of our culture. We must seek out their voices, ask about their lives, and record their stories. In a fast-moving world, connecting with elders is an act of preservation and love. Their wisdom becomes a guiding light for generations to come. Their echoes are a gift, if we choose to listen. Traditions are the threads connecting us through time, linking generations, memories, and dreams in a tapestry that tells our story. Through rituals, songs, foods, and ceremonies, we celebrate the wisdom and love passed down to us. Participating in them is like shaking hands with our ancestors, saying, "We remember you and we honor your legacy." In my family, storytelling was woven into daily life, each tale a thread connecting us to those who came before. We shared stories around the table, during long walks, and in the quiet of the evening, letting the past come alive in our present. These stories taught us values, history, and the meaning of community, shaping who we are and how we see the world. Embracing tradition doesn't mean living in the past. Culture evolves, adapting to new times while holding on to its roots. We can weave old traditions into modern life, cooking grandmother's recipes, gathering as a community, and sharing stories online for future generations. The essence of tradition is its value, not its form. It's about meaning, connection, and belonging. By blending old and new, we keep our heritage alive and vibrant, making it relevant for today and tomorrow. Technology lets us share our culture globally, creating new, blended traditions that reach far beyond our homes. Our heritage isn't a museum piece, it's a flowing river, always moving, always changing, yet always connected to its source. It's fed by the past and carries us forward, guiding us as we grow. This creative weaving ensures our culture grows with us, adapting to new challenges and opportunities. We honor the past by carrying it into the future, ensuring that the story continues for generations yet to come. For too long, Africa's story was told by outsiders, stories of darkness and helplessness. But the true history reveals ancient kingdoms, innovation, art, and resilience. Embracing this heritage is like placing a crown on your head, not arrogance, but quiet strength. Knowing you descend from survivors and creators shields you from stereotypes. You stand taller, knowing the richness of your legacy. This pride connects you to the entire African diaspora, a shared root system. Our individual stories are branches of the same mighty tree. This unity fosters solidarity and collective action. Ancestral strength gives you courage to pursue dreams and resilience to face setbacks. It's a responsibility to honor their sacrifices and build on their legacy. Embracing your roots isn't looking backward, it's gathering strength to move forward. Your heritage is a light that illuminates your path. Maybe you feel a stirring, a curiosity about your own roots. Your ancestral journey is a gift, no matter where your family comes from. Every person has a rich heritage waiting to be explored. Start with a conversation. Call your grandmother, your uncle, your oldest relative. Don't just ask for names, ask for stories, memories, songs. These conversations are the first threads of your family's tapestry. Use photos, genealogy sites, or DNA tests as tools, but remember, the heart of the journey is human connection. It's about understanding the lives and dreams of those whose blood flows in your veins. The path may not be easy, records lost, memories faded, but every discovery is a victory. This journey isn't a race, it's a lifelong pilgrimage home to yourself. Start today, ask a question, listen to a story, take the first step. Your story is powerful and worth telling. Begin your journey home. Learning about your ancestry is more than collecting facts. It's realizing you're part of an unbroken chain. You are a bridge between ancestors and future generations. This brings responsibility and purpose. Your life is a chapter in a grand story. Knowing your heritage gives you a legacy to live up to and to leave behind. It's a moral compass, guiding your choices in a complex world. When facing challenges, ask, what would my ancestors want me to do? Your life becomes a living tribute to those who came before. Ancestry grounds you in a deep, abiding love, a wellspring of strength. Let your heritage be your anchor and your sail. Discover, tell, and live your story. Knowing your past empowers your future. Your ancestry isn't just a story to be told, it's a legacy to be lived.